Hey Gurks, what's going on? It's Stitzy here with another video, and today I'll be showing you guys 3 different lettering tutorials so I can show you 3 different ways to make lettering for your videos. And without further ado, let's get on with the video. So I'll be using Procreate for this tutorial. You can buy it. It is $10 in the App Store. And I'm just going to be starting on a paper canvas, and these are the dimensions. And I'm just going to section it off so that I can do the lettering in different corners. Okay, first I'm going to start with the basic lettering that you saw on the thumbnail. So I'm going to go into my airbrush section and click medium hard airbrush, and I'm going to turn the thickness up to about 40%. And if you guys are wondering, I have my streamline up at 100%. And if you don't know what streamline is, basically it makes your brush a lot smoother. So here it is without streamline, and here it is with streamline. So it's really nice, and I suggest using it. Okay, so now I'm going to start on the lettering. So I'm putting my background layer to invisible so that I have the grid, so that I can just line up everything pretty easily. And I'm going to be starting with the lettering. So I am doing a logo lettering thing for Craft Slime X. And yeah, let me just cue the time lapse of that. Okay, so now once you have finished it, you're just going to want to organize your letters like you would want it to be in the sign. So I'm just like moving them around so that they look good together. Also, I realized I forgot the X at the end, but I do put that in later. Okay, now that I have finished organizing all of my layers, I am going to be starting on the next step. So you're going to make a new layer, and I am bringing my color down to black. And I'm going to drop the opacity on the craft and the slime. So you can just press N and it will drop down a little opacity thing, and you can just put it down to however much you want. And for this, I am going to be using the monoline brush, which is my personal favorite brush ever. It is in the calligraphy section. And I am just going to be putting the thickness to 10, which is a pretty nice thickness for an outline. I don't know, I like it. Now I'm just gonna outline my lettering, and I'm gonna be doing this on a new layer. You need to make sure to do this on a new layer, otherwise they're gonna merge and it's just gonna be like, bleh, no. And yeah, this is actually a really precarious step, and it's really annoying. But yeah, it's worth it in the end. So here is a cool trick I learned. If your circle is kind of wonky, you can actually just hold your Apple Pencil down and it will fix it and make it a perfect circle, and you can make it bigger or smaller, and it's just a really cool trick and tip to use. This actually took me about 10 minutes to do all the outlines, so it is a really annoying step, but you're watching this at 1,200 times speed. Okay, now you can just delete the layer that has the pink on it, like the craft and the slime, even though you're probably doing this for a different person. And I am just going to be selecting this button on the top left corner. Basically, it like only draws in that one area, so you just select the button. I don't know what it's called, sorry. So you select the button, and I have my settings on automatic. So then you click your little stuff you want it to stay in, so the inside of your lettering, and now it will only draw in there. So as you can see, it's not drawing outside of it or on the lines because I didn't select the lines. So now I am going to fill in the lettering with my color that I chose, and I am just going to be selecting the little dot of color and dragging it into the lettering, and it's like a paint bucket. Okay, now that I've filled it in, I'm going to pick another color that sort of matches, and I'm just going to make a little squiggly line that goes through the middle. And then I'm going to fill the top part up with the blue color, or whatever color you choose. And usually what I like to do when I do this is alpha lock, so that it locks item, and then I'm going to use some Gaussian blur and I'm gonna slide it, and it's gonna become like a really nice gradient, and it's a really cute gradient. So now I'm gonna make a new layer, and I am going to do white, and I'm just going to make this go along the line where it kind of turns purple. And I'm just gonna put the opacity down to about 20% on the layer. And then I'm gonna Gaussian blur it a little. And also this all has to be on a separate layer besides the outline layer. Well, it doesn't have to, but just in case you mess up, you just should put it on a different layer. Okay, so now you have a cute white gradient coming between them both. And now on a new layer, I am going to do details. So I'm gonna be using my detail brush, and I'm actually selling it for $1 on my Instagram. You can DM me there. And I'm just gonna add the details in, and once again, just do it inside of the lines. And I am going to lower the opacity and Gaussian blur it a little bit so it just looks extra cute. And then after that is done, I am just gonna be repeating all the steps I did on this one on the slime. So here's the time lapse of me doing it, and then after that you have your finished product, which looks pretty cute. And you guys can DM me if you have any more questions about it. So now I am going to be working on the next technique, and I'm going to be doing it calligraphy way. So I'm going to be using medium hard airbrush, the same one I used before, and I'm probably going to be putting it about to 20 thickness. And this one's going to be a bit more of a calligraphy, so I'm sorry if it looks ugly. I'm not the best at calligraphy. And we're just going to do the same stuff as before. We're going to make the back layer invisible. And I don't know why I keep showing this over and over again, but yeah, we're gonna make the layer invisible so you have the grid, and I'm gonna start doing the calligraphy. This one is going to be for small slime, by the way. I am sorry my calligraphy is so ratchet. I'm sure this will look a lot better if you guys do it. But now we're gonna repeat the same steps we did before, lower the opacity of the two letters, like the small and the slime. And then I'm gonna make the background color white again and do a new layer, and I'm gonna swap to black color, go to monoline brush, put it down to 10 thickness, and then I'm just gonna start outlining it. This took a long time, and also for calligraphy, I really like the style where at the end, when you have little circles, instead of doing that, you actually put like little nubs at the end, and yeah, it's cute. Okay, now since I have finished outline, I'm going to delete the two blue layers because they are no longer needed, so feel free to delete them. And now we are going to click the same button we did earlier, and we are going to click the inside of the lettering, and I am going to fill it in with some colors, and her fan signs recently have been a bit of outer space themed, so I'm just going to be doing a ton of different colors that kind of look spacey, I don't know if that's a word, I don't think so. And I'm just gonna put them all around it, inside of it. And it's gonna have a really cool effect once you Gaussian blur it, so yeah. So now I'm gonna Gaussian blur this, and I'm gonna alpha lock it, and then I'm gonna Gaussian blur it, so it looks really cool. And now it looks super spacey. So that's a cool trick you could use. Okay, so now that I have finished that, I'm going to go onto a new layer and use my detail brush again, and I am just going to make it a pretty big size, and I'm just going to fill it in with the details again, and I'm going to put a little bit of Gaussian blur on it and lower the opacity just a little bit. I'm just messing up there. And now I'm going to merge all the layers together, because boom, done, finished with that. So now I'm just going to repeat all of that again, but on the small. And there you go, you're finished. So now for the next one, I am going to be doing a kind of calligraphy, kind of fan sign. I'm going to be doing this for my friend Mel. Her Instagram is at honeybubs. You should check her out. And yeah, this is a really cute kind of calligraphy style that a lot of people do. Okay, I finished it, and it's a bit messy, so I'm just gonna lower the opacity and do it again on another layer. Okay, and boom, done. Once you are happy with it, you're done, I guess. And I know mine is not that cute because I just can't do it that well. I'm not good at calligraphy, but now you're gonna duplicate the layer, then make the layer you duplicated black, and then lower the opacity to about 30% and put it underneath the other layer, and there is a shadow. So yeah, I hope that wasn't confusing. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that like button down below. Make sure to subscribe. I'm definitely going to be doing more videos of lettering, and hopefully they'll be shorter than this video. And yeah, I hope I hope you guys learned something from this video. And if you have any questions, just make sure to DM me on Instagram. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Love you all. Bye.